Can you tell me about your daily routine?
As a university student, my daily routine is fairly structured, but I try to keep it balanced. I usually wake up around 7 a.m., and after a quick breakfast, I either head to campus or attend online lectures, depending on my schedule. Most of my mornings and early afternoons are filled with classes, group discussions, or study sessions at the library. In the late afternoon, I often take a short break to unwind. Sometimes I go for a walk, grab coffee with friends, or just listen to music. In the evening, I review my notes, complete assignments, and prepare for upcoming exams. If I have time, I also watch a movie or read something non-academic to relax before bed. I normally go to sleep around 11 p.m., although that can vary during exam periods. Overall, I try to stay productive while also making time to rest and recharge.
Has your routine changed since you were a child?
Yes, my routine has changed quite a lot since I was a child. Back then, life was much simpler. My days mostly revolved around going to school, playing with friends, and doing a bit of homework. I have a lot more free time and fewer responsibilities. Now that I'm a university student, my routine is definitely more structured and demanding. I have to manage lectures, assignments, group projects, and part-time work, all while trying to maintain a social life and take care of myself. Time management has become a crucial part of my daily routine, which wasn't something I ever thought about as a child. So overall, I'd say my routine has shifted from being carefree and play-oriented to being goal-driven and productivity-focused.
Is there anything you would like to add to your daily routine?
Yes, I've been thinking about adding regular exercise to my daily routine. As a university student, I spend a lot of time sitting, whether it's in lectures, studying at the library, or working on my laptop. I've realized that a lack of physical activity is affecting my energy levels and concentration. Ideally, I'd like to set aside 30 minutes a day for something light like jogging, yoga, or even a quick workout at home. I believe it would not only improve my physical health, but also help me manage stress and stay mentally sharp, especially during exam season. It's just a matter of building the habit and staying consistent, which I'm really trying to work on.
Have you ever received flowers as a gift?
Yes, I have received flowers a few times, and one moment that stands out was on my high school graduation day. My parents surprised me with a beautiful bouquet of roses and lily, as a way of congratulating me. It was such a thoughtful gesture, and I remember feeling both proud and emotional. To be honest, I don't receive flowers very often, but when I do, it always feels special. There's something timeless and meaningful about giving flowers. They're a simple yet elegant way to express love, appreciation, or even celebration.
On what occasions do people give flowers in your country?
In Vietnam, flowers are commonly given on a variety of occasions, both formal and informal. One of the most popular is International Women's Day and Vietnamese Teachers' Day, when students often give flowers to show appreciation and respect. Flowers are also a traditional gift on birthdays, anniversaries, and especially during Tit, our Lunar New Year, when people decorate their homes with flowers like peach blossoms or apricot blossoms. In addition, flowers are often given at grand openings, graduations, or even funerals, each type of flower carries a different meaning. For example, red roses usually symbolize love, while white lily might represent purity or mourning. Giving flowers has become a meaningful cultural gesture here. It's not just about the beauty of the bouquet, but also about the message behind it.
What kind of flowers would you like to receive as a present?
If I were to receive flowers as a present, I think I'd love a bouquet of sunflowers. They're bright, cheerful, and symbolize positivity and resilience, qualities I really admire, especially during stressful times at university. Sunflowers just have this uplifting energy that instantly makes me feel more optimistic. That said, I also appreciate simple, elegant flowers like white lily or baby's breath, especially if they come with a handwritten note. For me, it's not just about how expensive or luxurious the flowers are, but the thought and intention behind the gift that truly matters.
Do you enjoy cooking?
Yes, I do enjoy cooking, although I wouldn't call myself an expert. As a university student living away from home, I've learned to cook out of necessity, but over time, it's become something I genuinely enjoy. There's something really satisfying about preparing a meal from scratch and seeing the final result, especially when I cook for friends or roommates.
I usually try to make simple Vietnamese dishes like fried rice, stir-fried vegetables, or even noodle soup when I have time.
Cooking not only helps me eat healthier and save money, but it also gives me a break from academic stress. It's actually quite therapeutic for me.
Do you think that you have a healthy diet?
To be honest, I try my best to maintain a healthy diet, but it's not always easy as a university student. I usually eat home-cooked meals with rice, vegetables, and some lean protein, which are quite balanced. However, there are times, especially during exam periods, when I rely on instant noodles or fast food because of time constraints or stress. I do make an effort to drink enough water, eat fruits regularly, and avoid sugary drinks. So overall, I'd say my diet is relatively healthy, though there's definitely room for improvement. I think developing healthy eating habits at this stage of life is really important for long-term well-being.
How often do you order food online?
As a university student with a pretty hectic schedule, I order food online quite regularly, maybe 2 to 3 times a week, especially on days when I have back-to-back classes or tight assignment deadlines. Apps like GrabFood or ShopeeFood are really convenient and offer a wide variety of choices, from local street food to international cuisine. That said, I try not to rely on it too much because it's often more expensive and not always the healthiest option. Whenever I have time, I prefer cooking at home or eating at the university canteen, which is usually more affordable and nutritious.
What are the advantages of seeing a movie in the cinema?
Seeing a movie in the cinema definitely has several advantages. First of all, the audio-visual experience is on a whole different level compared to watching at home. The large screen, surround sound, and dark environment really draw you into the story and make the film feel more immersive. Secondly, going to the cinema can be a social experience. It's a great way to spend time with friends or family, especially when there's a new release everyone is excited about. It adds to the atmosphere when you're laughing or reacting along with a full audience. Lastly, cinemas often show movies in their original release format and higher quality, which can make a big difference. especially with action-packed or visually stunning films. So overall, despite the cost, it's still a unique and enjoyable experience.
Do you like watching movies alone or with other people? It really depends on the type of movie and my mood, but generally, I prefer watching movies with other people, especially close friends.
Sharing the experience, reacting together, and discussing the film afterward makes it more enjoyable and memorable. It's also a great way to bond over common interests. That said, I sometimes enjoy watching movies alone, particularly when I want to fully concentrate on the storyline, or when I'm in the mood for something more emotional or introspective. Watching alone gives me the space to reflect without distractions. So overall, I enjoy both, but for entertainment and fun, I'd rather watch with others, while for deeper or more personal films, I prefer being on my own. One dish that I learned to prepare recently is Vietnamese fried rice, or siem chien. It's a simple yet tasty meal that's perfect for busy students like me, who don't always have time to cook elaborate dishes. I first learned to make it during my first year of university, when I started living away from home. At that time, I really missed home-cooked food, and ordering takeout every day wasn't healthy or affordable. My mom showed me how to make it over a video call, and she also sent me a written recipe. The process is quite straightforward. I usually use leftover rice from the day before, and stir-fry it with eggs, vegetables like carrots and green beans, and sometimes shrimp or sausage if I have them on hand. I season it with a bit of soy sauce and fish sauce for extra flavor. What I love about this dish is that it's very flexible. You can add whatever ingredients you have in your fridge. Learning to cook it made me feel more independent and capable. It also gave me a sense of comfort and connection to home, especially during stressful times. Now, it's one of my go-to meals, and I even enjoy preparing it for my roommates from time to time.
Do you think it is important for children to learn how to cook?
Yes, I do believe it's important for children to learn how to cook. Cooking is not just a basic life skill, it also teaches responsibility, independence, and even creativity. When children learn how to prepare meals, they become more aware of what they're eating, which can lead to healthier eating habits in the long run. In addition, cooking can be a fun and educational activity. It helps children develop fine motor skills, practice basic math through measuring ingredients, and even learn about different cultures through food. These are all valuable lessons that go beyond the kitchen. Of course, the level of cooking should be age-appropriate, and adult supervision is necessary. But overall, I think introducing cooking at a young age helps children become more self-sufficient and confident as they grow up.
Do you think that high school children should learn to cook at home or at school?
I believe high school students should learn to cook both at home and at school. But if I had to choose one, I'd say school is a better place to start. The reason is that schools can provide a more structured and systematic way of teaching. With proper facilities, safety guidelines, and trained instructors, students can learn essential cooking techniques and nutritional knowledge in a controlled environment. That said, learning at home is also important, especially for practicing and applying what they've learned in real-life situations. Cooking with family members can also be a great way to bond and pass down traditional recipes or cultural values related to food. In short, both environments play a role, but schools should take the initiative in providing foundational skills, while families can reinforce those skills through everyday practice.
Do you think it would be enjoyable to work as a professional chef?
I think working as a professional chef could be very enjoyable, especially for those who have a genuine passion for food and cooking. It's a creative profession that allows people to express themselves through flavors, presentation, and even innovation in recipes. However, I also believe it's a highly demanding job. Chefs often work long hours under pressure, especially in busy restaurants where timing and precision are everything. The kitchen environment can be stressful, and it requires not just talent but also strong physical and mental endurance. That said, for someone who thrives in a fast-paced setting and enjoys creating something that brings joy to others, being a chef can be incredibly fulfilling. Personally, I think I would enjoy it for a while, but I'm not sure I could handle the pressure as a full-time career.
How much influence do celebrity chefs have on what ordinary people cook?
I think celebrity chefs have quite a significant influence on what ordinary people cook, especially nowadays with the rise of social media, cooking shows, and YouTube channels. Many people, including myself, get inspiration from famous chefs who introduce new ingredients, techniques, and international cuisines that we might not have discovered on our own. For example, when a well-known chef features a trendy dish or a unique cooking method, it often goes viral and encourages people to try it at home. In this way, they help shape public taste and expand culinary horizons. That being said, their influence may be stronger in urban areas or among younger generations who are more exposed to digital content. In contrast, people in rural areas or older individuals might still stick to traditional recipes passed down through families. So overall, while celebrity chefs might not change everyday cooking habits completely, they do play a big role in introducing new ideas and keeping home cooking more exciting and diverse.
Wonderful. Thank you for joining us in today's interview. Wishing you good health and the best of luck.
Thank you very much, sir. I also wish good health and the best of luck in life.